Post, and it's well, let me see. My friends say that I should not do this, that I should put a paper up here, so it makes me look like I'm looking at you instead of admiring myself. But I like admiring myself because I'm cute and charismatic. I think so. And this is about the New York Post, which is my favorite paper in all the world. And it's called March 30th on what day? Sunday. That's only a couple of days ago, so I'm not that late in doing things. Cop sees 700 blades. You know what that means? That the weapon of choice is not a bullet and a gun anymore. It's a knife and a blade. So you cut the faces of people for no good reason. Because there are a lot of people who like to cut people in the face. And you say, well, what do you want? No gun knives, no machetes, and no knives in the subway. What do you need a knife in the subway for? You know, unless you can get into a knife fight and cut somebody's face, you're a bad boy. You're doing that because you can get away with it. If people had guns and you didn't know, if it was like Texas, and you didn't know if you took that knife out, you get shot, you wouldn't do it. And you say, oh, that's worse than a knife because it's a gun. No, no, because if it's a handgun, you can aim it. Well, all these lunatics who was going with their guns, it will be a big shootout for a while, but then the good people will win because they got better aim. That's true. That's true. You lunatics don't know how to aim it, but they know anybody knows how to do a knife if they're close enough to you and you'll respect it. You know, these baby been there knifing in subways. Lunatic bad people. After you kill Abs, now there was a fireman and they accused him of bad things. But like robbing something or beating somebody up or something like that. But that's not why they arrested him and threw him off his job because he had killer abs. He had real job abs that we showed off to people because firemen tend to be better built than most other people as opposed to policemen because firemen have to be in really good shape to go to the fire department, go up the ladders and pick people up. That's why they got fireman calendars and they don't got policeman calendars. Now, I think they should change it so you could be a policeman and be real good shape. Chop, chop. We gotta start to appreciate the police because they're the best. I've been roughed up by police, but that was because they were restraining me. But they didn't have to restrain me that hard, but I understand. Mad Hatter Hate Contour. There's a person who does hats like Fancy, and apparently she's a hater, and probably of the Jewish people, because a lot of crazy people are just coming out of the woodwork against the Jews. Now, I mean the candy, I mean Jews. I love Jews. Yeah, they can be a little touchy, obnoxious, but they're lovely people. They're doctors, and they're doctors and scientists and artists and writers. Cool. If the world would be a much not boring place if it wasn't for the Jewish people. It's true. Save our soup. A soup? Well, they found rat feces in the maso miso soup. That's a bad thing, Because, maybe in their country they don't mind rats in the miso soup. Maybe it's a delicacy. I don't know. I think it was a mistake. The rats just got into the factory and poo-pooed in the soup and died. And you had rat soup paso. Cut out of the will. This could be Gene Hackman's. What the hell happened here? What you doing? You do that. You do what you do that for? No, don't do that. What you doing? You do boo boo. Back to me. I didn't go out of the meeting. You can't. You better stop it. I get mad. Tragic tale. Oh, they killed the little, the little, well, a raccoon was a pet raccoon of somebody, and he killed a little squirrel because they think he might have rabies. Well, he wouldn't have been living in the house and be friends with people if he had rabies because he'd be foaming at the mouth and biting people. You know that. And now they apologize. Oh, we're sorry we killed your rabbit. No, or raccoon, or I forget what animal was killed, but you stop it. Boy, the health people making excuses just to throw power. That's what it's all about, you know. The portion is not enough. If you rape and murder and have necrophilia, people should get a better thing than just being thrown out of the country. You should be going to El Salvadorian max. That's right. It's just like a movie, not nice. Hood, hood, hardware for God. That's what people use. I spread the word of God through the internet. Yeah, God has my mentality. Oh, in trouble. Yeah. Okay. That it? Did I do it now? Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, I run more about very dramatic. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's up in the this is from old times. You know what? And juvenile delinquents who are no, bargain were raped by a crazed Bigfoot woman. She made them do massages on her big feet, and she made them like fight among themselves for her honor. She's a big black woman. When some of them are big bone, they can beat up a little boy who's 15, and timid, and they made him kiss, and she made them touch her breasts, and if it's against you, and now normally guys would go, yeah, but then again, if it's coming from a bad place, and I believe this was from a bad place, you can't do that. It's not right. You're a psychiatrist. Your job is not to molest young men, even though they're bad boys and they've been juvenile delinquents. No, that makes it even worse. They get out of prison and they stalk poor black women who don't do that. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get my revenge." But you always get the revenge with the wrong people. That's why God said, "Don't do that." Yeah. Well, Queen Judge, Queen's Sarah. I don't know. This is probably about those liberal judges who letting all the criminals away and running away. Kim's and yes, showdown. This is going to be a big thing. In my little shrine, I had to take all my pictures away because they blew down. Yeah, trash schools. There are people who are celebrating the attack on the electrical cars. That's not right. Those people just put those cars, they couldn't even be environmentalists. And you're attacking them because he's with Trump. This got to stop. It's getting too violent out there. It's going to be dangerous. And the lefties, they got to realize they can't fight the right. Rights know how to shoot guns and actually hit people that they aim at, not just, innocent bystanders. Ah, Santa shuts down trash. Mind benders. It's a mind bender. Ever since they made red mean right wing and blue mean left wing, instead of the old way of red is the bad guys. And the right, white, and blue is America. That's right. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. Oh, my armors. And the good things that God does for everybody who lives here.